Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh, what do we have here today? you know, something. There's something about like waiting on information that makes me realize that it's always a good practice because holy, this has been one of the most like insane dramas of like all time. It has to be like top 10, hands down. I believe so. I know so. It is so, because let me tell you something. All right, so we all know the story about this guy, okay? The legendary, the one and only Corey Harris. Now, before we even roast this guy, let me explain something to you. Okay? So, we've seen the clip, but I'm going to play the clip for you right now.
I'm pulling
Now,
in right now at this second. Yes, I am.
Corey Harris was cited for driving while license suspended in Pittsfield Township back in October. He said it was suspended for unpaid child support. Secretary of State records show his license was first suspended for child support back in 2010. But Harris told us he thought his license had been reinstated.
They were supposed to have been lifted it two years ago, but they didn't.
And according to the Saginaw County court records we found, Harris is right. In January 2022, a judge rescinded that suspension on his license, but for some reason that information never got to the Secretary of State, where even as of today, his license is still listed as suspended, the same records the judge was going by.
This is a driving while license suspended,
That is correct, Your Honor.
and he was just driving. Failure to turn himself in will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
And so he basically pulled up into a court Zoom meeting, and guess what happened? He was driving to the doctor's office on a suspended license. Okay? And and top it all off, the judge's face was like the most. This guy is like, there's no way this fool pulled up to a court hearing with driving. Now, okay, let me tell y'all something about Zoom, okay? So before you join the Zoom meeting, okay, you have to invite, you have to accept it and all that, okay? You usually give it some time to set up your area, and then, you get to your business. Now, the part that's hurting me personally, okay, is the fact that this guy didn't, wait 2 seconds, be like, yo, at least, I don't know, sit in the back of the car. There was so much he could have done, but he was driving, okay, driving, no, 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 no. And the best part about this whole ordeal is the fact that he lied about it, okay. Well, we'll talk about the lie in a minute, but apparently the story went back around where it's like, oh, apparently, he didn't have his. It was supposed to be reinstated 2 years ago, so a lot of news outlets picked that up when they interviewed him. It's like, okay, this was supposed to happen, but here's another twist. Okay, the twist is the fact that he actually never had his license reinstated. It's a matter of fact, it's been suspended for the longest time, and let me tell y'all, oh my, oh, this is painful even to mention it, but get this, okay? He got it because he didn't pay his child support. And so so sometimes that happens where if you don't pay enough child support or whatever, the punishment can come down to like taking your passport sometimes, where you can't even leave the country until you pay it off. Or sometimes you can't. Well, in this case, he got off easy with the license. But this idiotic compulsive liar really came up here and it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna lie to the whole internet. And the part that kills me is that I'm pretty sure I saw this one part where it said he didn't even remember if he got his license or something like that. I have to go find that. But all right, it's time for a little story, guys. Okay, it's story time. Let me tell you something about getting your license. Okay, so this is where I live. All right, we have to do. There's three different levels of like we have to do it. So you have to get your first one, then the second one, then the full license. Okay. Let me tell you, I remember vividly how every single time I did one of those, it's actually like ingrained in my memory. Cause you know why? Because the drive test centers over here, they are ass. Okay, I hate the drive test center. It's probably the one place I am glad I never have to go back to again. The service is slow. It's like everything's moving at like a snail's pace, and oh my god, you have to wait so long. And some people, it's even worse because sometimes you don't even pass. Now, for the written test, okay, I'm telling you exactly. You had to get 16 out of 20 to pass, okay? And guess what? I got 19 out of 20 on the first part, and I was 16 out of 20 on the second part. Never forgot about it, okay? My second part, the actual driving. Guess what? Okay? I had this Hispanic guy, and he said, he said, listen, man, you barely passed, okay? I'm like, thank God I have my second license. Then my full license, okay? They took me on some back road, because, okay. The crazy part is that during COVID, one of the centers was closed. Okay. And so, in one of these centers that were closed, what ended up happening is that I ended up going there to get my full license, and then the usual route to take you on, they switched it up on me. I never forgot. I said, oh, hell no, because I was practicing the old route. And then, when I did the route, I passed it, but I was like, ooh, that was a little close, man. So, what is the moral of the story here? Okay, if you know if you got your license, you remember exactly how you got it. There's no way, okay? Because the sense of freedom that you get is actually like mind-boggling. But anyways, what am I just saying is that this guy did not even have to lie. It's the stupidest lie he ever had to do. If you're gonna drive like with a suspended license, at least don't pull up the court in it. It doesn't make sense. like he, like he actually did not process that. Like, is he? And the part that kills me is the fact that, you know, people, there was such like a flip-floppy. So first everybody's making fun of him, rightfully so, and then everyone's apologizing, and then everybody's making fun of him again. And so, like I said, the value of waiting is important.
We asked Harris yesterday if he ever had a valid driver's license. He claimed he didn't remember. Do you ever recall having one? Having a driver's license?
I knew I had a permit. I knew that.
A driver's permit or?
I believe. I don't know. I can't say yes and I can't say no.
And that's odd because the Pittsfield Township police officer and prosecutor said during that October traffic stop, Corey Harris knew what was up.
At least twice during this traffic stop, he acknowledged to the officer that he did not have a valid license. Quote unquote, quote, actually, I don't have a valid license. Close quote. The question was, are you a valid driver? Quote, I am not.
Now, okay, one part of his lie that was actually like, you know, a little bit convincing was the fact that he said that there's like a clerical error or whatever. And now let me tell you, okay, this is turning more into me with my horror stories more than me talking about the story. But it's just like, whenever you go to like somewhere, any type of like service place like the DMV or whatever, listen, okay, the amount of times stuff gets wrong is actually like astonishing. Okay, it's actually crazy. So you sometimes have to be there for like, sometimes I'm there for like 40 minutes. Okay, talking about trying to get this stuff, get my stuff sorted, and it's like, oh yeah, you're actually in the system the whole time, and you're like, what? Anyways, but the worst part about this, okay, is that you can look this up. You can look this up. That's how people found out. Okay, you can look up the statuses of like anyone who's has a suspended license, this and that. It's all public knowledge, okay? It helps with the courts and all that. But why would you lie about something like that? That's what I'm trying to figure out, okay? Because this idiot actually sat and was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fool the whole internet with the lies that I'm putting out." Absolutely mind-boggling. And the worst part is that if he just did his time, he would get his license back. But then again, it's been suspended for so long. It's been suspended for so long to the point where, like, is it even worth it? And on top of that, mind you, okay, he's in a different state as well, because every single state has a different like jurisdiction when it comes to driving. The tests are going to be different. The rules are going to be slightly different. So whenever you have your driver's license, it tells you in this state you can drive here. Okay. You've passed the tests to let you drive here. You all know this, but we're just recapping. And so, now that this idiot's in Michigan, okay, he would have to take another test again. So, sorry guys. I mean, like, I'm really trying to just wrap my head around this, just because, like, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, why would you lie about that? I mean, hey, listen, man, you gotta get yourself, take the bus, take an Uber, take what you gotta take, but And pulling up to the court is the worst part. And guess what? The judge, rightfully so, slapped this man again. Y'all gotta watch this.
There was no error by anybody. It was a failure on the part of Mr. Harris to do certain things. Now, I grant you that sometimes that can be a complicated process, but it was certainly not anybody's fault that that didn't happen other than that wasn't paid.
Then came the unexpected.
He has a warrant for his arrest.
Corey Harris was taken into custody for what appears to be a 9-year-old bench warrant out of Allen Park.
So was I shocked? Absolutely. Did I want my client to walk in and then get escorted to the back? Absolutely not. That was not the plan.
The shocking thing about it, for a driving while license suspended, that he didn't take care of.
It should be something that a lesson for all of us. Handle your business. At the end of the day, handle your business.
Then he waddled away, waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle waddle waddle. Then he waddled away, waddle. Anyways, oh my God. Whew. Anyways, this has to be hands down one of the dumbest lies I've seen in a long time. Like, it's dumb because it's so verifiable. Now, mind you, my experience with this clip was, I saw bits and pieces, so I saw the clip initially, said this guy is an idiot. Okay, then I saw people apologize, like, oh, maybe people got it wrong, and then it comes out again, this guy lied again, and I was like, yo, this clown has lost his mind. He's actually lost his mind. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, this guy is so stupid. But anyways, I don't have much else to say on this guy. He's just not very intelligent, and he's just not very smart. That's it. I mean, that's it. What do you want me to tell you? And he's probably, you know, maybe should get worse if he did that twice. I'm like, ugh. Me personally. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video and enjoyed my story, then make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and follow my social down in the description below. And that's it out of me for today.